Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. How's that for a quiet week, eh? No runners. We let everybody else have a chance of winning a race this week. We didn't have any runners at all, but this week we look like we're going to be pretty busy. We'll kick off on Friday. They've transferred a heap of race meetings this week because of all the rain. So, yeah, it's been a little bit difficult to place horses, but we've swapped and changed a fair bit. So this week we'll start off on Friday at Geelong on the synthetic. I'll run Severn Road. Interesting, they changed the race meeting at Hamilton on Friday from a 2200 metre 58 to a 2000 metre 64, a completely different race. So anyway, but he will go round there. Synthetic racing suits that horse. So and Georgie will ride down and gets the claim. She's down to 2 kilos now, George. I told you last week that she'd be down to 2 kilos next time you saw her. But she had a pretty good week, the girl. So she'll ride Severn Road there on Friday, 2000 metres, home track. He gets his chance, doesn't he? Then Saturday we'll have nothing. They've called off the races up there. And we will then go to Sunday. Now, Sunday will be Crampon Cup Day. Roldana won really well at Mornington the other day and she gets her chance. Looks like it's going to be a reasonably strong race. I've kept her at the 2000 metres because I want to go to 2400 metres in 2 weeks' time for her. So she'll go around on Crampon Cup Day in a 2000 metre race. Ollie to ride. She gets her chance again. Now, they've transferred the Kilmore meeting to Pakenham on Monday. I had a really nice race there for Spherical, so we're probably going to still run him. They've changed it from 21 to 2200 metres, which probably doesn't really concern me too much. So he's down on the weights there, so I just want to make sure that he does get a run. Now Tuesday, we'll take Chopsticks up to Wangaratta. Once again, you know, the Wangaratta River's underwater, so I'm not really sure if they'll race there or not. But I'm going to give him a crack at 2000 metres, and it's one of those Vobis races, so it's like winning 2 races in one. So I really hope they run. He does handle wet tracks okay, so what I'm hoping for is a bog-heavy 10 and on 2000 metres and be a small field, and he gets his chance to earn some serious prize money. But geez, I really can't see them running up there. In our spring stable kicked off on Turnbull Stakes Day, and Hartnell certainly come to the fore for plenty of people. I think there was 4 people who had Hartnell. So here's our leaderboard for after 1 week, and as you can see, after 1 week it's pretty tight at the top. So, this week Caulfield Guineas Day. There's plenty of horses. A few people's 3-year-olds are stepping out, so that'll be interesting. And obviously in the Guineas and the Toorak and those sort of races. So interesting to see how we all go. As much as we've had absolute horrific weather here for the last month, you get days like this that are just fantastic. You get to spend a bit of time with all the young horses. It's, as you probably see, this big horse here, he's by Toorak Toff. He's out of a really well-bred fast-net rock mare called Fishnet. So he's going to be a nice, big, strong horse. He's a beauty. Little mare that Jim raced called Rue de l'Amour is a Fiorente colt by that. We've got a really nice horse called Aloof. This is his little brother. Full brother to Aloof, and I remember a really fast mare we used to train they called me Bolt. This is her Mossman colt out of him. So yeah, a couple of nice little babies here on a nice spring day, and plenty of nice long grass for them to live in.
Hi everyone, had a great week last week with my best week yet with 3 winners. The first one being a pickup ride on Delightful Sun when Benalla was abandoned.
It's Delightful Sun from Angel's Touch in the last 100. Delightful Sun's got the measure of Angel's Touch, and Delightful Sun, 3/4 Angel's Touch.
My next ride 2 days later at Bairnsdale, I won on Totolo for Craig Blackshaw. He hasn't been training very long, so it was a good effort. And then the next day at Echuca, I won onto the coast and back on a bog track, and he bolted in by 8 lengths. The pressure's on to deliver on Severn Road on Friday at Geelong. I just nailed him last start on Delightful Sun, so we're partnering up this start, so hopefully we can get the job done. Keep following me, and I'll see you all next week.
Yeah, that's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Yeah, springtime in Melbourne. This is the place you want to be. It's right in going now. Turnbull Stakes Day started last week. Everything's happening. All the good horses are in town. Winks. What about the Caulfield Stakes on Saturday? Winks 3-horse field. Blackheart Bart. Been really interesting. Our awards nights this Saturday night, which is great. It's always a great night. So yeah, fantastic. Looking forward to that. And certainly our better horses. Sartorial's probably step out next Saturday on Caulfield Cup Day. I was going to run him this week, but he just didn't seem quite 100%, so we'll run him next Saturday and see how we go. Make sure you follow Roldana. I think she's probably a young horse that's going to progress up through the grades, and hopefully she can put her best foot forward on Sunday. She'll maybe run on Geelong Cup Day. Probably run Big London Fog next week, first up, so he seems to be going okay. So all our better horses are sort of back in, ready to go. Till next week, see you later. But, we need to shorten our video up, so we've cut out a couple of segments.
The rest of my rides are... What else I meant to say? Is that what I meant? Sorry, far out!